Welcome to lesson 3.2. In this lesson, we're going to communicate in words and symbols and make sure we can model linear equations. So we're going to use blood alcohol content. BAC will be the acronym. Now, question 1 makes you think about what variables influence someone's blood alcohol content level. So if you drink more drinks, will it go up or down? Questions like that. Here's a formula that's widely used, and each of the letters is a variable that stands for some number. So B is the percentage of blood alcohol content, N is the number of drinks, and so forth. So if we're given the scenario of a male student who has had 3 beers and weighs 120 pounds, which of the variables are still unknown? Which of the variables don't we know? Well, we know the gender, we know the number, and we know their weight, so then B and T are the variables that are unknown, the ones we still need to solve for. So now we are going to plug in those 3 known variables into the Wedemark equation and then simplify. So here it is plugged in. And when we're talking male and female, remember this book was written in 2015. So when it says gender, we actually mean sex, the biology, the anatomy, not the gender identification. So let's look at how to simplify this equation. Well, we would multiply and then we would divide. And then we would round to, it says 3 decimal places. So here's my simplified equation. Now you're going to use that equation for the next couple of questions. So for number 4, I'm going to use that equation and then plug in 1 for T. Remember, T is the number of hours. So every hour, it decreases by 0.105. Now you might be tempted to move the decimal, but remember that's already a percent. So then whatever you get in that table, you're going to use those numbers to make a graph. Now it should look like a line because this is a linear relationship. So after 8 hours, that means you're going to plug in 8 for T into that same equation. And then here the blood alcohol is 0.08. So now you're solving for T. And the last one, you're going to plug in 0 for B and again solve for T. So the next set of questions ask you to consider a different scenario. This time a female student who plans on leaving a get-together in 2 hours, and she weighs 110 pounds. So using that equation, we can figure out how many glasses she can drink in order to leave the party or whatever she's at while still being below the legal limit for driving. So if she drinks 1 drink, we'll plug that in, and then we'll find her blood alcohol level. So then you can use that scenario, plug in, remember she has to have below a 0.08 in order to drive legally. So we would plug that in for 0.08. And around to 1 decimal, how many drinks can she finish if she plans on leaving in